Hi, this is a part of the self-empowering series, and it's a feeling of not good enough and feeling of good enough. So we are going to explore both sides, which will neutralize each other with a holistic releasing, emotional release. And I will guide you with the questions, and you just need to allow yourself to relax. You can listen to this recording while you're walking. You don't have to be sitting down, but just as best you can follow. And yes, so that's really that. Now, feeling not good enough is sometimes feeling as our motivator of that it's pushing forward and that it's somehow motivating you to do better. But is that true? So let's explore together. So first of all, we'll start with taking a deep breath and exhaling gently. Another deep breath and exhale gently. Allowing yourself to relax in your body and your mind to stay alert. And the reason we are taking a deep breath is because it gets in touch with the body, and also that any stuck feelings, usually we hold the breath when the feeling is uncomfortable or when there is a lot of tension. So this will allow the flow to pass through. So could you just allow yourself once more to take a deep breath and exhale gently? Could you allow yourself to just for a moment pause internally, just stop internally. And if you're moving, it's okay, just internally to pause or stop. And could you just allow yourself to be what you are? And notice that you don't have to do anything in order to be what and who you already are. Just notice as best you can. And once more, could you just pause or stop and simply be? And could you allow from that place of beingness to just bring forward as much as it's present the feeling of not good enough? It can be to specific situation or can be just in general. Could you welcome feeling of not good enough as much as it's present, so you don't have to make it more or less, just as much as it's present? Could you allow it to be present here, right now, right here, as much as best you can? Could you also welcome up now the feeling of good enough? It might not be as much as it's present. Could you again welcome up the feeling of not good enough? The pressure, the stress, the motivation, the voice that it's saying to you it's not enough. All of that, could you just allow it to be welcomed as it is? And could you also welcome a sense that you are identifying with it as it is your feeling, it's your message, it's your motivator, sense of personal. Could you welcome that too? And could you also welcome up a sense that you might want to push it away or being attached to it? Could you just welcome that too? And then as best you can, just for now, could you release it just for now? And would you release it? And when? If now, take a deep breath. And could you allow yourself to open up to the possibility of being good enough or feeling of good enough? With all the pictures, sensations, stories, just as much as it's present. And then could you welcome up a sense that it's personal, sense of personal. And could you also welcome up a sense that you want to hold on to it, keep it close, do something with it or about it? Could you welcome that too? And then as best you can, just for now, Could you let it go? Just could you? And would you? And then, if now, take a deep breath. You might think, why would you let go of the feeling of good enough? Because when we can't hold on to any feelings, we need to let them flow free, being free to flow. So as you are in touch with releasing, you will just allow natural flow of well-being to be present more. And could you actually notice that flow of well-being, that it's beyond both polarities? Could you notice what is beyond both polarities? As best you can, just for now. And just for now, could you just allow yourself to be that awareness of what is as it is beyond both polarities? Could you just allow yourself to be there as best you can? And now we are going just to go a little bit deeper with addressing attachment and aversion to not good enough first. And then we will finish with attachment to the aversion to feeling good enough. It's all about harmonizing and neutralizing both sides, and they will neutralize each other, and then you will be in your. It's just allowing that openness of expansion and harmonizing that. So could you allow yourself to welcome the attachments to not good enough? It might not be much present, but might be that you feel familiar with that attachment of judging and criticizing and not feeling good enough. Might be that the tension of not good enough and pressure is familiar. You might be attached to it. So could you welcome, there's nothing wrong with that, could you just welcome that attachment and allow it to be present as much as it is? And then could you welcome aversion, wanting to push it away, change it, control it, of feeling of not good enough? And allow that aversion to be as much as it's present, no more, no less. And then as best you can, could you let go of both of that? And could you notice what is beyond both polarities, what it is as it is? And we'll just do it once more. Could you welcome the attachment to feeling of not good enough? And could you welcome the aversion of feeling not good enough as much as it's present? And could you notice the awareness beyond both polarities of what it is as best you can? And could you now welcome, now we are going to welcome the attachment and aversions to good enough. Could you welcome the attachments to good enough? You might want to hold on to it and clinging to it, but could you just welcome as much as it's present your attachment to feeling good enough? And could you allow yourself to welcome aversions of feeling good enough? It might not be much present, but it might be aversion that it's unfamiliar, that your belief can be that it's too soft, it won't do, you won't do anything if you're feeling constantly good enough. Is that true? Just allow yourself to welcome any attachment, any aversions, pushing it away and resisting feeling of good enough. As much as it's present, no more, no less. And could you allow yourself to notice what's beyond both polarities, what it is as it is? And could you allow yourself once more to just welcome as best you can attachment to feeling good enough, and allow yourself to just welcome that as it is present? And then could you welcome the aversion, resistance towards feeling good enough, as much as it's present. And could you welcome what's beyond both polarity, what it is as it is? And could you just allow yourself to be open, to be motivated with feeling good enough? Could you allow your feeling good enough to be present, like a sun is present even when the clouds are in front of it, dark clouds are in front of the sun? Could you welcome openness to that expansion of good enough as best you can, and allow yourself to be just to relax in it as best you can, just for now. And the reason we are doing this is because for you to notice, how does it feel to be good enough? And how does it feel to feel relaxed in feeling good enough? It might be that it will make it enjoyable, any progress naturally. It's just allow yourself to open to explore that feeling of good enough. And could you let go the way you feel? Could you just allow yourself to stop or pause again and simply be what you are? And again, just pause or stop and simply be what you are. And notice how you feel now. Do you feel calmer? A little bit more harmony inside of you? Just notice as best you can. You can do this, you can re-listen to this video anytime you choose. You will know when it's when you don't, it will take you, it will increase your harmony and internal harmony more and more as you do it each time. So until the next time, bye for now. Thank you for listening.